Hello Internet, I'm Remote Leg. Today we're going to talk about fuel and where to get it. Fuel is burned in reactors to create energy. There are two types of fuel available in distant worlds. There's hydrogen, which is burned in basic space or fission reactors and hyperfusion reactors, and caslon, which is burned in fusion and quantum reactors. Early in the game, we progress from fission reactors that burn hydrogen to fusion reactors that burn caslon. So caslon rapidly becomes the fuel of choice for most of the game. Hyperfusion reactors are not available until late game, and switching over to them would require changing our whole fuel focus back to hydrogen. Is it worth it? I don't think so. The mining stations and mining ships extract the fuel from gas giants. Ships use the fuel to fill their fuel tanks. The reactors burn the fuel to make energy, and the ships use the energy to power their systems and engines. So the ships do not burn the fuel to directly power the engines. They burn fuel to make energy that then powers the engines. Does this matter? Probably not, but it is different. Suppose we have two cruisers and one is low on fuel. The cruiser with full fuel tanks cannot help the other. There is no way to transfer fuel from one ship to another in this situation. Also, fuel is not shared among ships in a fleet. They keep their individual fuel levels. As we can see from this, waging war far from home is going to have fuel issues. So where can we refuel? Assuming fuel is available, we can refuel our ships at colonies, spaceports, gas mining stations that are mining caslon, and resupply ships. Oh yes, we can also equip energy to fuel converters, but that's not until the late game. More on that later. Build mining bases early. You really cannot have too much fuel. Ships can refuel at gas mining stations, so it's good to spread them out if you can. This is the opposite of other mining bases where close proximity to a spaceport is beneficial. That's not to say it's not also beneficial to have these gas mining stations close by too. When in doubt, build more gas mining stations. Energy collectors are researched here in the energy tech tree. They collect energy directly from a star. This energy is added directly to the energy meter, but it does not add to the fuel. Energy collectors only work when ships are stationary, which makes them great for bases, but not much good for ships. The exception is constructor ships that spend a lot of time stationary when they are building things, so it's worthwhile putting energy collectors on them. Scouts should never be stationary, so there's not much point in putting energy collectors on scouts. Energy collectors collect more energy the closer they are to a star, so bases in outer orbits with collectors will collect less energy than we might expect. It's therefore a good idea to add an extra one if our static energy needs are close to what our collector is producing. When we research the energy to fuel converter, which can convert this energy into fuel and put it into the cargo bay, it can't use it to refuel its fuel tanks, so remember to also add energy collectors so it can survive without wasting fuel. Essentially, we can use it to create a gas station at a system where there is no caslon or hydrogen. Here is a ship refueling at a monitoring station equipped with an energy converter and some cargo bays. I used a monitoring station hull because they can be deployed anywhere. Unfortunately, we have to research all the energy branch and all the mining branch before we can get one, so that's a long way off. Plus, it's huge. The size of one energy converter is a whopping 280. Plus, it doesn't work on mobile ships. Here's a ship with one installed. See, its fuel is not increasing as we would expect. That's because the converter wants to put the fuel into a cargo bay and not a fuel tank. Resupply ships are researched here, in the energy tech tree, not too far along. Resupply ships go to a source of fuel, deploy and mine that fuel. Ships can then go to the resupply ship and refuel from it. The difference between resupply ships and gas mining stations is that resupply ships can again become mobile and redeploy somewhere else, taking their fuel with them. This is good during a war. The resupply ships can deploy near the front line to resupply warships, then move forward with the main force as the front line advances. Notice the resupply ship must be deployed before ships can refuel from it. This fleet just hangs around waiting for the resupply ship to deploy so they can refuel. The resupply ship is not at a gas supply, so it cannot deploy. Everybody loses, but this means that we can't fill up our resupply ship, then use it as a mobile gas tank. We need to deploy at a fuel source. If there's no fuel source near the front lines, the resupply ship becomes less useful. It takes a long time to become mobile again. Bear this in mind if our resupply ship gets overrun and we need to retreat. They are not a great solution, but currently they are the only option we have for refueling ships in the field. Remember, if our ships run out of fuel, they can still use warp drive, but at reduced speed. They can get back to a refueling station, but it might take a while. Click the like button or subscribe to make me happy. Seriously, it helps a lot.